Welcome, horror freaks. Today we're diving into the chilling world of Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. This installment offers more than just scares. It brings some fascinating behind-the-scenes stories. Here's 10 facts you probably didn't know about this classic slasher film. Fans of the original two Friday the 13th movies all love Crazy Ralph. Portrayed by Walt Gorney, the character is known for telling those who venture to the Camp Crystal Lake, "You're all doomed." An often quoted fan favorite, Crazy Ralph was sadly killed in the middle of Part 2, but Gorney's involvement in the series doesn't end there. For Friday the 13th Part 7, Gorney returns to the series as the movie's open narrator.
A curse on Crystal Lake. A death curse.
Yes, that's his voice that can be heard in the opening of the film, telling the story of Jason Voorhees and his murderous history at Crystal Lake, yes. It's definitely an awesome Easter egg for longtime fans of the Friday the 13th series. And let's be honest, if you don't love Crazy Ralph, then, you've got problems, man. The concept for The New Blood originally stemmed from an idea to pit Jason Voorhees against Carrie White from Stephen King's Carrie. While legal issues prevented this crossover, the concept evolved into the telekinetic battles seen in the film. Friday the 13th Part 7 essentially played with the concept of Carrie versus Jason by featuring a teenage girl named Tina Shepard who possesses the telekinetic powers, essentially mirroring the abilities of Stephen King's Carrie White. Copyright. Battling against Jason Voorhees in the familiar settings of Crystal Lake. Although the film never explicitly named her as Carrie analog, but the core idea of the telekinetic female protagonist against Jason was the central plot point, yeah. Just like Carrie, Tina can use her mind to move objects, manipulate water, and even inflict harm on others through telekinesis. Both characters have a traumatic past tied to their powers, with Tina's father death by drowning at Crystal Lake acting as a catalyst for her abilities. Let's be honest, it would have been horrible, and over faster than we knew it even started. Carrie would have been crying about her period and tampons. And Jason just would have snapped her fucking neck. Yes. The sleeping bag kill was inspired by the screenwriter's urges to kill his own sister. According to Haney, I used to shove my brother into a sleeping bag when I was a kid. I once had a fantasy of killing my kid's sister that same way. I guess it's why it became so popular. People can really relate to it. What the fuck, buddy? Future serial killer? Yeah. Now, first of all, that is not why it became so popular, or at the least they hope not. Also, could someone please check on the whereabouts of Daryl Hannah's sister? If she's dead, and somehow it's involved a bloody sleeping bag, I have a good idea who to blame. Yeah. That ending was never going to make sense, but it originally supposed to look a lot cooler. In Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, the ending sees the main character, Tina Shepard, use her telekinetic powers to summon the spirit of her deceased father, who then drags Jason back down into the depths of Crystal Lake, effectively chaining him once more. This is a significant change from previous films where Jason usually manages to escape or remain a threat at the conclusion. John Carl Beluga thought that if they were going to do it, then Tina's dad needed to come out of the water looking almost as gnarly and decayed as Jason, since he was supposed to have been dead at the bottom of the lake for just as long. So this is what the dad was actually supposed to look like. Yes, that's more like it. This would have been fucking amazing. And made more sense. And made us love this film even more. To avoid an X rating, the filmmakers had to cut extensive gore and killing scenes, resulting in a total of 9 edits. Jesus. Despite this, it remains one of the bloodiest films in the franchise. Sadly, for years, this lost footage only survived in the form of a grainy VHS transfer, which revealed just how messy the uncut deaths were supposed to be. However, despite demand for an uncut, restored version, Paramount is said to have destroyed all the unused footage back in the 1990s, the sons of bitches. So, a restored, full-blooded cut of Friday the 13th Part 7 is very doubtful. Even more so now that John Carl Beluga passed away in 2019. What an absolute waste. They tried to stop us horror lovers for years and failed. Now we have gods like Damien Leone and Tom Savini. Get on your knees and worship them now. Do it. The film marks the first time Kane Hodder donned the iconic hockey mask and Jason Voorhees. Hodder's portrayal was so well received that he continued to play Jason in 3 more sequels, becoming a fan favorite. Aside from being the only actor to reprise the role of Jason Voorhees, he also has been the only actor to play 3 of the most infamous horror icons in the history of horror films. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Besides playing Jason Voorhees in 4 different films, Parts 7, 8, 9, and X, he also played Freddy Krueger's glove. Yeah, the hand at the end of Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Yeah, he did stunts also for Leatherface, so in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, he was also Leatherface, yes. And this is why he is hands down the best Jason and horror stuntsman ever to live. Filming took place in a private lake in Alabama. The crew faced numerous challenges, including leeches, cold weather, and all while trying to create the eerie atmosphere of Crystal Lake. The film used gator wranglers to keep an eye out for alligators also. Now that would have been fantastic, yes. If we saw Jason knock a teenager into the lake and a gator finished them off, we could only dream. The protagonist, Tina Shepard, portrayed by La Park Lincoln, is unlike any other final girl in the series, yes. Her telekinetic powers add a supernatural element, providing a formidable match against Jason, yes. Tina is a young woman who accidentally drowns her abusive father in Crystal Lake using her telekinetic abilities, and she struggles with the guilt and returns to the lake to bring him back to life. Instead, she accidentally awakens Jason, who goes on a killing spree. Tina uses her telekinetic powers to fight Jason, attacking him with fire, nails, and collapsing staircases and decks. Tina is a rare final girl because she has supernatural powers. Most final girls rely on resourcefulness to defeat their killer. But yeah, she can use her powers on me any day. Dirty Grandpa. In Friday the 13th, New Blood, the house explosion occurs when the main protagonist, Tina, uses her telekinetic powers to manipulate the gas lines in a house, causing a massive explosion that seemingly kills Jason Voorhees while he's inside attempting to attack her. This is a desperate attempt to escape Jason's relentless pursuit, and while the explosion appears to be the end of him, Jason eventually returns to continue the fight, yes. And it was a one-take opportunity. The team constructed the house solely for this scene, ensuring that the explosion was as dramatic as possible. Looks good to me, yeah. Imagine if you forgot to press record, or had no fucking film in the camera. Yeah. Friday the 13th Part 7 received a divided audience response, with some fans praising its unique elements like the telekinetic hero Tina, while others criticized the film for being too repetitive in the franchise's formula. Featuring excessive gore and a perceived lack of character development, essentially creating a polarizing reaction amongst viewers. The New Blood was met with mixed reviews upon release. While some fans appreciate the fresh take, others longed for the traditional slasher formula that wasn't there. Over time, this movie has gained a cult following for its unique approach and memorable Jason portrayal. And there you have it. 10 intriguing facts about Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Whether you're a long-time fan or new to the series, this installment offers a fascinating blend of horror and supernatural elements, yeah. So, thanks for joining us, and remember, there's always more to uncover in the world of horror. So, like, subscribe, say hi to your mum for me, and we'll be back with whatever the fuck we do next time. Yes, see you.